What it do, baby? Welcome to Vegeta Army. Thank you guys for liking, watching, and subscribing. The Banlist! The Banlist is coming out. We're talking about it today. I'm here with Chris, Alex, Diego. We're talking about the motherfucking Banlist. We're going to talk about all the leaders we think should be banned, or whatever cards we think should be banned, and what we think should be coming back. Me personally, I'm not hugely big on banning anything unless it's like huge problematic. But we do want to talk, because I think everyone here has a very different opinion. So I think you're going to hear like all sides. We put everyone's opinions on here. So the first card we're going to talk about is what I think might be the best leader, the Gamma 1, Gamma 2 Newfound Foes. I don't think the leader itself should be getting banned, but maybe some of the cards in the deck could be, because the deck is disgusting. So Alex, Chris, or Diego, do any of you want this leader banned? Like, anybody want this leader
I'll jump in first. Yes, I want the leader banned.
Yeah.
I personally think untapping 3 is inherently unhealthy for the game.
Yeah.
And this isn't even untapping 3. This is picking up 3 and putting it down, so you can't even side in whatever bullets to say, like, if they were to untap, this is not. No, because you're picking up 3 and you're putting down 3. I've been playing this leader for the last couple of days. I finally picked it up, and it's ridiculous. This deck does way too much. You can just do stuff for free pretty much on your turn. You can play Black Smoke for free. You can play all your battle cards for free. You can clear your opponent's board for free. And then you just untap 3 energy at the end of the turn. And it's just like, okay, go ahead, I'll floodgate you now.
Yeah,
this leader, in my opinion, should go.
Yeah, so the way the leader it works is, I understand that you're going to untap 3 or whatever, and the restriction is that you can only use there's some restrictions about the cards you can use. You're going to have to use some androids, but the best cards are androids. It's stupid. Yeah. Whereas a leader that did this really great was Bojack. I think Blue Bojack was a bit overtuned. It was built like a green deck, the way it was it needs more cards to be good. But I think that if you're going to make a leader untap 4, you start by making it that unaccessible and free. You have to play a certain deck to play Bojack, you know what I mean? Gamma's not that way, because the cards in Gamma are snapped. You're playing, like you said, all the Floodgates you're playing, all the counterplays you're playing. So you'll have Cell, the SR, you have the Z card Cell. I mean, you're doing removal, defense, offense for free. So yeah, I get where you're coming from. Do any Diego, Chris, you guys have anything on this leader?
So Alex is bad, but he's got it right. He's on the nail. I was, funny enough, before Gamma started topping a bunch of tournaments, I was like, dude, I think Gamma gets banned just because of the fact that it's a ticking time bomb and it's already so good. And then near the end of this the set, people would say, yeah, this leader is so overtuned. It's beating every deck. It's beating 21, the deck that's supposed to beat every blue deck in a mirror. It's ridiculous on how much this deck does for so little. I mean, like Alex says, I just think untapping 3 is unhealthy. SS3 Reboot did it correctly by having a 2-card hand for doing it, where Gamma's yeah, we draw 1 at the end of the turn for doing it. So it's ridiculous. And like you said, it picks it up, so it plays on every bullet, which is ridiculous.
So I wonder if the answer is to do we ban some of the cards? Because banning some of the cards does an indirect hit. You're catching strays if you're some other decks, or do you hit the leader?
I don't think the leader should exist. Androids will always be good, and they always love using blue androids.
Yeah,
I'll jump in. So in my opinion, if you say, let's say we ban Android 14 and Organic War, the blue topo. Let's say we ban that card, right? Or we limit it to 1. That's not going to matter, because constantly there's going to be new cards printed that are going to be androids that are blue or green. That's the most common android color. Look, we have a green 16 deck coming out. We have a green Cell deck coming out. There could just be more negates in those decks, or more Floodgates in those decks, that are just going to then get put into this deck. This deck existing, and it's going to be a couple for a couple other cards that I'm going to say on this list. This existing will impede design in the future for other cards, because then they have to go and go, oh, well, yeah, it costs 2 in this deck, but that's balanced. But then you're going back and you're like, oh, but it costs 2 in Gamma. Is that really balanced?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's like when they made Wish leaders, and then all of a sudden Child's Wish is out there, and then for 4 sets, every card that's remotely good is 16K. So I see what you mean. Diego, any thoughts on this before we move on to the next card?
Not really. Alex and Chris really summarized every point I could have given. Just untapping 3. Not to mention the fact that it naturally fixes energy, so you can save super combos at even Android 21 SCR from hand ripping and other effects. It's just like being able to naturally play around stuff that. Well, like one of the many ways you could probably out the deck is just it's kind of insane. So
I'll let you go first in on this one because one thing that I don't know who brought this up because I didn't make this little list here, but since Shenron and Gogeta, and I'll let you go first, Diego. I know you play Gogeta, but like I don't know, bro. Like whenever a red leader comes out, I get it. You want to play Sin and Gogeta over it. So do we hit the deck? Is it time to just hit the leader? Is it time to hit Shenron? Like I don't know. I feel like I've gone over to play yellow mostly and a little bit of red. I don't know. I have both decks built. I don't know how I feel on this. Like, it is powerful enough to get hit, but do you think they should hit the leader, the Z card, some of the battle cards? What do you think, Diego?
So I think right now what's going to become the biggest problem is Gogeta 8. Considering Eternal Dragon Shenron, the new red SCR, is going to be able to free play it in literally any mono red deck. The card's going to be too much of a problem card because you're going to have a constant, or at least once on turn 3, triple strike, unnegatable swing that is also a blocker, mind you, that cannot be outed. So just that in and of itself is going to be way too strong. Now, the Sin Leader, it outputs incredible aggro, it generates so much free Z energy, and it keeps a really big hand size. So, like Alex has mentioned, one of the ways that they can hit the deck is by eroding it to Red Shadow Dragons. I think that would probably just fix the deck outright, or if not, just ban it since maybe Bandai doesn't want to do too many more erratas, and that's not a bad solution, right? The deck, again, it's inherently strong, and when a new red deck comes out, you would say, okay, why would I play this over Sin?
Yeah, my bad, go ahead.
You go.
No, okay, I was gonna real quick. I just like to me, I think just ban the Z leader and then ban the 8-drop Gogeta because like the whole point, the whole complaint about this Z leader is that it's too good to be that free. Like technically it costs 1 Z energy and no actual energy to go into it, and like it free plays the 8-drop. So like I don't know. I feel like just ban the Z leader and then the Gogeta deck just ban the 8-drop and I think they're fine. But Alex, go ahead.
So I mean, for Sin Shenron, banning the Z leader isn't going to do anything really in my opinion. Like, that's the wrong thing. We'll do a lot. But
good save.
My issue with the deck is not inherently the Z leader. That's never really been my huge issue. My issue is that it generates Z energy, whether or not it's quote unquote fake Z energy, because you can't use the ball for anything but the leader. The Z energy counts for defeating the demon. The new TP that came out, the Gohan, it counts for rush attack. It's going to count for any further red card that they ever print that says X amount of Z energy, do this effect or that. They have to constantly look at Sin because it's going to have 6 Z energy or 5 Z energy on turn 2.
By the way, Gogeta too. This is also true for Gogeta.
Gogeta's not as bad. It's pretty fast.
It's pretty fucking bad. Bro, turn 3, you're going to have 3. Like, turn 2.
Yeah, but Frank, what's better? Yeah, exactly.
One. In Sin, you go, search balls. Because you're probably going to draw 1 ball.
No, you're right. I mean,
you're probably going to see 1. You're going to search 2. Then you have 3. Guess what? You can just pass if you went first, and now you can defeat the demon, whatever you play. That, in my opinion, is the issue. Like, yes, the Z leader is really good, but I don't think that inherently stops the issue. Like, yeah, it's going to stop a lot. Because they can't get their free play out, which is big. That's actually a fucking annoying thing. I hate that. It's not going to have a 20k base leader that they could free bean with the yellow one. All that stuff. So it's just like, I mean, personally, I'd rather just see the leaders go because we have good leaders like the Garlic Junior leader that they've revealed and the Polku leader. They both look really good, but it's again just like, am I gonna play them over Sin or Gogeta? Mm-hmm. And the answer is like, in the majority, probably not. It's like these decks are just so much better. Why would I? And like Diego brought up, like there's some cards within the deck that we'll talk about when we get to the main deck stuff. But as for the leaders, I mean, I'd say they've been around for what, 6 months now?
Yeah.
I'd say
Actually,
when did set 1 come out?
Set 1 came out
September
in
of last year.
Oh, September of last year. No, it's been almost
Way
9
more.
months.
Dude,
It's been almost 9 months that these leaders have constantly been the top red leaders. There are other good red decks. Pan's good. Android 13 is good. U7 Goku is still a good deck, but it's just like those 3 decks overall just aren't as good as these 2. And it's just like, man, and I don't want to get to the point within the game where they print a red deck and you just go, oh man, Sin and Go, dude, they're just bad. I'll just play this deck. I don't want to get to that point because that's terrifying.
All right, so we have next here. Okay, so you guys put here the Trunks Z leader, but really what we're talking about is the Trunks. So this card is going to represent yellow Trunks in general. So go ahead. What do you guys think about this one?
Chris, you start this one.
Yeah.
The only I think Trunks, it's broken, is not broken, because the one issue is that I kind of agree with Alex. No, not kind of. I actually fully agree with everything Alex said about Sid and SS4 and Gamma. And it's the only thing that's come up in points is that if we get rid of those 3 leaders, then what about Trunks? Because it kind of makes a power vacuum where it's now that's the best deck. And this deck's been around since Realm, and it's never been bad. It's the closest it was it wasn't that relevant, but it was still good, and it makes a vacuum. But the thing with Trunks is it does a lot of unfair things, but but then also a lot of the unfair things that it does is yellow generic cards, which is something that we will discuss. But Trunks itself as a leader, I don't know. I don't really think it's broken. If they wanted to if you said as an argument you want to get rid of it because of a power vacuum, I wouldn't disagree. There's a totally good argument for that. Me personally wouldn't really think about wanting it banned.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
I mean, I can agree with you there. When Frank initially looked at the stuff, he's like, "Why is Trunks here?" I agree. I don't think Trunks needs banned personally. It's a good deck, but realistically, we have other good yellow decks. Unlike in the red argument with Gogeta and Sin, there's Majin Vegeta, which is a very good yellow deck right now. There's Set 1 Frieza. These decks, there's a good amount of yellow decks right now. And Frank's just over here laughing maniacally. And it's just Trunks Vegeta, while yes, it draws a lot. I mean, I don't think it needs banned personally.
Yeah, Diego, what do you think? Should Trunks get banned?
It's, of course, I'm saying this is the SS4 player, right? It's a very annoying deck to fight against, having to play.
All right, Diego, that's enough out of you, bro. It's no big deal. So Trunks should not get banned. Bro! I'm sorry, Diego. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's an inherently really strong control deck. I joined the game around the time the deck was still fresh, with Realm of the Gods having just come out in Ultimate Squad, and just playing against a deck for all this time. It's it's always had its place in the meta, even if it hasn't. Maybe for a period of 1 to 2 months, it didn't show too much. It's always there in the darkness, just waiting, laughing maniacally like Frank to creep up on you and just.
I'm not laughing. You're good, dude. You're good.
And then I came into Worlds and topped. So I don't think the deck needs banned like people said, but maybe in the future we should definitely keep an eye out and make sure the deck is kept in check.
So I play Trunks, and I hope every time I play a broken deck and I know it should get banned a little bit and it doesn't, I just fucking laugh, dude. I'm fucking bro, let my deck live, dude. So yeah, I mean, if it doesn't get banned, so yeah, no, I hope I don't think it's that broken. I think it's good where it's at. Just ban the best blue cards and red cards, and just leave Trunks alone. You guys will be fine. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Alex. What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say because Diego was saying it's been around for a while, but I mean Set 1 Frieza has been around for a while.
That's different.
You're comparing that, but that's relevant to not relevant. Set 1 Frieza has never been at the top of the holy shit, bro. This deck is breaking the meta. That's never been Set 1 Frieza.
And also Frieza, as we talked about before, Frieza needs 30 Frieza cards in its deck to be good, because you have to so it's got less room. It's getting every yellow deck is getting support, especially Frieza with this new SR coming out, the the Goku Frieza SR.
Oh
but,
yeah, sure.
but still, like, I mean, I still think
Oh, don't get me started on that.
let Frieza cook for a second before we ban. Like, come on. But I mean, like, honestly, like if Trunks get banned or the battle cards in it get hit, am I gonna be surprised? No, of course not. But like, if it doesn't, I'll be so happy playing Trunks next set because I'm playing like Majin right now, and I love Majin. Majin's my main deck right now. But I gotta tell you,
fake VSA fan right here. Don't worry.
huh? Yeah. What do you mean Majin? Majin, Vegeta? How am I not fake VSA? Like, he's literally Vegeta leader.
You
But,
want
like,
Trunks Vegeta over Majin Vegeta?
yeah,
No.
I love Trunks. He's my son, bro. Like, it's a selfish, like, what do you mean? And it's a Vegeta leader.
Is that
It's a
what you-
Vegeta leader. Hey, Siri. Hey,
that what you tell yourself at
mute
night?
Chris. You're a fucking bug. But yeah, like, at some point, I'm playing Majin, and I'm like, damn, I don't have 18 cards in hand like Trunks does. So like Trunks just feels so good drawing so many cards. So yeah, if Bandai wants to sleep and not hit it, I'm gonna play it gladly, bro. Like I don't give a fuck. Let's go. I'm gonna go back to the main deck. Go to the hit first card. What are the first cards we have? I'm gonna hit like I'm gonna go 3 at a time. I'm gonna go 3 at a time, 2 at a time.
Whoa.
No, 2 at a time. Shut up. Because we're gonna speed this through. So we have Gogeta 8. I think like okay. I'm not gonna go around this one too hard. Can we all think this card should get hit, right? Like I think like even not like if I think
There's no argument.
if I think you should be hit, then you know you should be hit. Frank Cass wants you to get like I never like bans, but if I think you should get banned, like you gotta So
Can we talk about after?
yeah. All right. Does anybody have any issues with Gogeta?
The issue with Gogeta 8 is just like with the like Diego said with the new Shenron SCR, it does not need to exist. Every deck will have access to playing this card, even if you play it as exactly one of that you just combo off to play back. But now you have a free 35k triple strike that can't be negated. Like that's stupid.
Okay.
This card can't exist with Shenron.
So I don't think that we're targeting Android 17 defending friends. Maybe we're targeting Floodgates, or are we targeting Android 16? Like, do you guys want this card getting banned, or is it the idea of the amount of blue Android Floodgates?
So it's not the idea of blue Android Floodgates, and if you want, you can reveal the card right to the right of it because it should be repost. And when we bring up these two cards, we're just really thinking about the question of, are there possibly too many Floodgates, not just in red or blue or yellow, but in general? Like, of course, we don't see it as much of, let's say, like red, green, or black. With I don't know of a single black Floodgate you can tell me about. It's a trick like Pan for Trunks, Xeno.
Oceanus.
Protector of the people.
Nice. Okay.
Get good. Sorry.
General Floodgates, I'd just completely be playing any deck.
No, I'm kidding you.
Regardless, the conversation says from, are there too many Floodgates and the strength of them, honestly? Because we all know Riposte, we all know Defending Friends now, and now we have Vegito. We have Gamma, we can bring it back into the conversation, having the 21 4-drop counter attack. Like, at what point does it get to a deck having too much defense to where they can just stall you until you either deck out or they can set up their kill turn?
So this question is like, I'm sorry, not to veer away from the subject, but like this question to me isn't as pressing as like, name a type of powerful card. Finishers, searchers, negates, counterplays. But if you categorize each one and then you look by color, green always has the worst of it. I'm sorry. I had to talk about green. Like, the best counterplays, right, or the best counter, like, Floodgates. We have Mecha Frieza. We have Defending Friends. Red has King Vegeta's Imposing Presence. You have Topo, I guess, whatever. But, like, green just sucks. Like, Bupo sucks. Like, I don't get it. Like, green needs a 1-drop battle card negate. And I know that I'm saying this right after you saying, like, does this deck have too many Floodgates? But, like, if we're gonna have them, it's so hard for me to put. Like, honestly, I play nothing but yellow now. Like, at this point, but it's so hard for me not to play yellow and play green. Like, I've been testing green and I'm like, bro, where's my mecha? Like, where's my repose? Like, I can't. It's so ridiculous. That's what they should be working on. And the Floodgate part, yeah, I don't know. It's weird that they banned. I mean, I get why, but. What's that Vegeta card that counterplayed these Floodgates?
Resolve,
yeah. Resolve Renewed. I get it was for red, but like we need more cards like that probably. Like I think maybe to combat these? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we should
I
hit these or
think
what?
you're going a little. It's like, oh, I don't.
I mean, I brought that up a while ago with Chris, and I was talking about it. Like, I hate the fact that with red they don't want it to be too defensive, but then they take away its offensive tool within Resolve Renewed. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I agree with you. I agree that we need more cards like that personally. You know, I'm a big fan of having cards like that. I would play that probably over Pilaf Missile, which I play in most of my red decks right now. Just because it hits 15Ks or less. I mean, I was never a fan of that card getting eroded because it was mostly used for offense. It wasn't ever really used for defense, and red's meant to be the offensive color, so why not let them have a good offensive counterplay?
Yeah.
I will say, just to real quick interject into that point, like a buddy of ours has said before, that having to play these more unorthodox counterplays in decks like red, like, you know, like you said, Pilaf Missile, or maybe even Shu, to hit these floodgates, I think it is possibly healthy for the game. Of course, it does suck as for red to lose resolve, but I mean, yeah, I guess that's really like all I wanted to really interject is that maybe it's nice for the game to start promoting some more unorthodox counterplays, but then if a color doesn't have it, then you might need to supply it while also, of course, keeping it in check.
Yeah, I agree. It's a thin line, though, because if you make a counterplay as good as Resolve, it's like, what's the limit then? Like, are my Floodgates just never going to be good in a red then if they have the easiest counterplay in the world? Like, it's like, because blue used to have that with God Seal, but even God Seal needed at least a unison. That card just said, once I'm at 3, I can answer every floodgate you play for 1 energy, except like the specific ones. And it's like, then you're on that thin line of like, are floodgates too much or are floodgates too easy to counter?
Bro, but it's like, even if you're like using like Resolve Renewed and you're using like Koichikai and all that, Yellow still has the best floodgates in the game and extra cards. Like Nimbus was literally like what, set 3 or set 2, and that floodgate is like the first floodgate and the only floodgate that we had for a while until Topo came out. So like every deck was running just Yellow to
Oh, Frank, you not talking about Raccoon Eraser Cannon like that?
yeah. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, bro. Like I feel like Yellow is not that, like I'll run Repose and like, yeah, if you're gonna run Resolve, then I'm a good player and I see that you're gonna do some shit like that, then I'm like, okay, like, you know, fucking Nimbus, or what's the other one, Forbidden Power, like
Forbidden Power, yeah.
or if you're a king like myself, just Light Bullet, you know what I mean? Like I mean, Yellow has so many fucking like extra card floodgates, so like what you really need is a counter, which we'll get to, but it's fucking. All right, let me see. Alex, did you have anything on the floodgate? Oh, you did say something, right?
Yeah, we all.
Yeah. Let's move on. So, speaking of counters, you guys were pussy for bringing up Cooler, but what do you guys think about that?
Whoa, you said yourself.
Yeah. No.
Let me actually start. So, and it hurts me to say this, but Cooler needs to stay in the game right now because there's too many counterattack floodgates.
All right, so we should go to just the next card now that Alex has spoken.
There's too many, and I hate saying because I fucking hate this card. I played it in every yellow deck because it's that fucking good. I played it like 2 or 3. It's
go
amazing,
off, King.
but like there's too many floodgates.
Go
right
off.
Now. The card
Yes, sir.
needs to exist in order to punish the blue decks that just cradle back in their little hidey holes in the trenches, and they're just like, oh, blue topo, defending friends.
Hey, Alex, just shout out Johan if you want to call him out so bad.
I mean, hell, I play Dende, and I do that with fucking Ready to Rumble.
I said that I feel like this card wasn't gonna live, not because I think it needs to go. I mean, I hate this card. I wouldn't mind to see it go. I don't know. I feel like the amount of like hatred for this card just builds up more and more, bro. And eventually it's just gonna snap one minute and be like, you know what? We'll finally, because sometimes, bro, Bana actually listens to the community crying. So,
dude, I remember when this card like came out and it was so bad. Like when because the game was so fast and so crazy that like battering laser was the only counter we could ever even think about. And I'm like, wait, I'm tapping 3 for a 15K battle? That's so weird. Fuck that. And like now it's like out of control. But let me just drink the tears of all the blue players here with my bottle.
I got you, bro. Delicious.
It's so good. No, I think like this card is absolutely fucking insane. But I don't know. If they keep it, they keep it. That's good because I run like 3 of them in my deck. They hate to see it.
Half this video is gonna be Frank saying keep it because I play it.
Yeah, keep it because I play it. Like, literally, bro, fuck you guys. Like, if they don't want to ban it. Like, every ban list that they don't ban this card, I'm like, really? And then I'm like, okay, let me add my 3 back in my deck, dude. Like, fucking, I don't give a fuck. Diego, any thoughts?
Not really. Everything with that I would have said was just stated. It's an inherently strong card that at first I thought too broken, but then now as I've learned, it's like, it has its place as like one of Yellow's top finishers.
Yes, good.
Shout out to all the yellow players that sold their collections 2 sets ago.
Hell yeah. Now, the next card in here is but you guys are fucking bugging putting Bardock in here. But nothing would make me happier than if they brought back Bardock the progenitor.
Someone get out right now and say why this card shouldn't come off. Go ahead. We're all listening.
Why it shouldn't?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do, all right? If you bring this card back, I'm putting 4... Oh, my God, I just came just thinking about it. I'm putting 4 Successor of Hopes in my deck, and I'm going to have... Repose is going to be live immediately. I no longer have to worry about my deck, like, all these extra cards. Oh, I have to run 9 extra cards, whatever. No. I'm now going to be playing a 46-card deck. And I'm just going to be so happy. Successor of Hope, turn 1, Bardock the Progenitor, take a life, swing, swap. Like, I can now run a pseudo Science package in my Majin Vegeta deck without the bad things. Like, what are the bad things about Science? It's a black unison. You can't combo it. It sucks after, like, turn 2, right? But Bardock the Progenitor into fucking Gotenks is retarded. Because I'm going to swing at you 3 times turn 1, into like a pretty strong turn 2, into like turn 3 Yano or turn 3 Piccolo, whatever SCR or whatever thing I can do. And like, people think it's all about Bardock, but like, it's really all about how good Successor of Hope is. And by the way, if they bring this back, I'm looking through the entire library of the game. Let me find a good lineage like super combo or a lineage like card that I just want to grab. But most of the time, I'm getting Bardock. And again, the good thing about Bardock isn't Bardock. Is the fact that he plays Goten and the fact that Successor Hope is so good. Like, bro, Goten grabs anything. I'm sorry. Goten is the goated part of this combo. So Bardock itself, yeah, sure, it's like whatever. But people don't forget. Like, people forget me swinging with Goten, topping off fucking Unyielding and using Unyielding in the middle of the battle to play Bardock again, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You guys, you're right. Bring back Bardock. It's fine. I'm playing yellow, so you're good. It's all good. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, guys. Hit it. Yeah.
I agree with you that all those things are fun, but in my opinion,
fun.
Yeah,
winning, topping every single event, and being in every deck on top 16. You're right. It is fun. Go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry.
Damn straight, bro. But like, I don't know. I feel like in a modern day meta, like that whole combo is pretty sicko. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing the bigger picture. All right. Maybe you're seeing more than me. But I feel like that combo of like the Goten and the Bardock is really good if you have Goten with you. Because if you don't have Goten,
you run 8 of them. You run 8 of them.
You run 8, but Successor Hope only adds Goku lineage cards with swap.
Oh, it doesn't have Goten. I mean, still, you're still thinning your deck with the. You have other 2-drop. Like when I played. I mean, I used to play this in Rudigar and I used to play it in the Blue Vegeta for fun. But like, you run the other 2-drop as well. If you're running a deck like Majin Vegeta that's that aggressive, I think it's worth running a couple of the 2-drops just to search for it. But I don't remember. I thought it search Goten. I forget. It was like 3 years ago. Last time I played that. But it's still thinning your deck of the fucking.
It's a good combo, and I don't know. I feel like it would be a unique thing to give yellow decks. It like that always like sit back to give them like a nice aggro engine. Technically, you can play this in other decks that like are like blue yellow or like green yellow.
So we're clear, this card was more of a staple than super combos in yellow, in every yellow deck. Like if you're watching this video, okay, Go to the comment section and tell me the most outrageous yellow deck that you saw this combo being played in. And I'm promising this is in every yellow deck. You could not name a yellow deck that didn't have this shit. But I'm with Chris. I think it's a cute little fun combo that is not that dangerous. I think you should bring it back because it's no big deal. It's no biggie. But yeah, I'm sorry, I cut you off, Chris. Go ahead.
What? No, I was done. What about you two? You got something on the Bardock?
I mean, personally, it's sorry to cut you, Diego, but personally, I mean, I'm always one to say, because I came from other TCGs where they do banlist stuff, and then if something gets out of hand within that set, they just ban it again on the next list. Say like, oh, maybe not, it's still too good, reban it, But testing the waters, I mean, in my opinion, is something that could be done. Even if you put this at just 1 and not 4.
Nah, just bring it back.
I've never, of course, I joined way too late to ever experience the progenitor Goten combos, but of course, I've heard horror stories, and if it wouldn't be as broken as it is now, then you know what? Sure, let's see it come back funny. Emergency bans, while very rare, can happen.
Kings.
If it does need to happen for progenitor, then you know what? Like Alex said, testing the waters, I believe, is not a bad idea.
I agree. Look, all I'm saying, they brought back ID. Who was saying, Frank, I will drive over to your house. Who was saying bring back ID? There was no one in the case. They just did it.
And that is true.
And the thing with ID is not even every deck is playing it. I don't play Identity because you need to find stuff that's bigger than 6 energy. So there's stuff where you can test the water.
But you're also Saki.
Dude. What do you mean Saki? I can get rid of SCRs with this card.
Do you know how I feel right now? I feel like in Star Wars, the prequels, when the fucking Palpatine, when everybody was fucking on his side.
Palpatine?
Yeah, and everybody was fucking, this is how democracy dies with a thunderous claps. And I'm like, yes, those are the claps of the cheeks of my opponents after they bring back Bardock the progenitor.
All right, because
no, I know. I'm sorry. It's just I'm so happy, dude. Like, yeah, bring the shit back. Let's make this one quick. Let's make this one quick for Alex because I don't want to. We talk about this every fucking ban list. He wants to bring it back and make it a fucking SCR. I agree with it. Anybody else got anything to say about Sharded? Go ahead, Alex. Go off.
Oh no, that's it. Just give it ultimate. It's balanced.
Yeah. Done. Okay.
Like such a strong effect. Having not been limited back then, it's just insanity. But seeing it as an alternate might be pretty interesting, especially since we already have something similar in yellow that no one plays, which is the Goten. It's the Gotenks, sorry, SCR. It's very specific. But hey, again, like, just give us the skill drain as an ultimate. Let's see what happens.
Gotenks is a little different. Gotenks only has a battle area. This blanks everything.
But that's the issue, though. That's the one we should have in an SCR. It's a modern SCR.
In my opinion, the issue, and again, I've said this on previous videos, but the issue with this card wasn't the card itself, in my opinion. It was the fact that it was paired with other SCRs. Like, you could pan into Fu or baby hatch into Fu. That was the issue, turning off an opponent's whole turn and then turning off the next turn as well. But as an SCR, I think it would be fine in the game, personally. You're giving up an SCR slot. You're not playing Beast Gohan. You're not playing 21 SCR. You're not playing the Vegito SCR. You're playing this instead, and I think that's fine.
All right. Fair. So next card we have here. Yeah, I don't think anyone disagrees with this. I think Plan for Destruction. I mean, so the Goku Black deck came out, and what did it not come out?
No. There's one important thing.
All right, go ahead.
About this card. This card ramps. It's great. It would really help the deck. But even as a Goku Black stand, there's one really important thing with this card, and that is the reason it's gone. The reason back then was dumb, but now it's fun. Is Zeno. Because you can pick it up and do it again and ramp. So if this card were to come back, they could bring it back to 1, make it the Saki 1-up, and just Zeno pick it up 4 times. That's funny. Or just give it the permanent that it cannot be added out of your energy. It can't leave your energy area.
I think putting it to 1 would be better. It'd be let it be out there. Let it be with Zeno. You have to choose. Do I want to ramp?
Hey man, I would love it without the errata, please. But I'm saying that what's more realistic.
But I'm gonna say it right now. The Goku Black deck does not look good. like at all, in my opinion. Maybe I'm bad. Again, I look at blue leaders all the time and I say it's bad, and then I just play them. But that deck does not look good, and it needs something. And I think Plan would just be the card for it.
All right, so just how I let Alex cook on his Saki opinion, I'm gonna just quickly cook on my Saki opinion. I'm sorry, guys. I let Alex ISO. Just let me ISO real quick. Give me the floor.
What, reveal the next
Give me
three
the
cards?
rock. Yeah. So I think that until green, because look, the new green cards are great. I like the new Cell deck. I like the new Android 16 deck, right? But in general, if for whatever reason those don't work out, bring back Beerus, bring back Belmont, bring back every fucking green deck, every green card they ever took out, bring them back and errata them only for green leaders. Because this is meant for a green leader. All these cards that they took out, bring them shits back for green leaders. And it's like, what's your fear? Like, what are you afraid of? That green might be good? Like, if you can't have Belmont just for green, give green something like Power of Legends and Belmont are such green cards. Same with Roshi. These are literally just green, like, and I get it. Like, it was broken in red as far as Belmont goes, as far as aggro goes. But bro, red right now has a production of Z energy that nobody else has in Sin and in Gogeta. Sin obviously is better at it, but like removal, aggro, even hand control is better in yellow. Like green does nothing better. Like it doesn't do removal better. It doesn't like yellow has Slug, which is the best hand destruction card in the game. How the fuck is the best hand destruction card in the game fucking yellow, not green? That's ridiculous. Like in my opinion, bring back every green fucking card that got banned. Bring it back until green's good, and then maybe emergency ban it. I don't know, but y'all gotta do something for my fucking. It's not even my favorite color, but I just feel bad. I want green to be good. Like,
I mean,
what's up?
So I agree with you to an extent. Like for Kamehameha Origins, I've been saying that card could probably come back for a while. Tapping one in green is kind of expensive, nowadays. Belmont, if he was only for green, I can't really think of a green deck besides KP that can output bodies like that to just be able to Belmont you maybe once or even twice in a turn. Beerus Godly Majesty, I mean, it's like it's a free card, is it not? It plays out for free if something.
It's kind of like the blue deck where like the blue discards their cards and they play them. In modern day, it's either a 15k swing or a Z energy, which is pretty good.
And you warp it for one to kill something.
Yeah, kill a 3
Now the only card that's like really dangerous here is Power of Legend, in my opinion, because it's like, oh, your opponent discarded one, cool, I'm gonna play a 15k crit that also removes one into the drop area. Like that's the only really fucking good one. But I mean, Frank said just give green good stuff until they decide to make a good.
Hey man, Power Legends a 0k combo, right?
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks seeing it. Yeah, I really hated like when I played Dredgeku, I was like, I don't know. I loved that card, but I can never play it at 4 because of how sacky it was seeing it later in the game. And I don't know, bro. Like again, like Cell looks really cool, really fun, but I don't know. It's still very gimmicky in its own self, and it's got a few restrictions. I don't think they're that bad. I think Cells is a good leader. I think we'll be fine with green from now on.
Hey, I really like the chain.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't hear you said. And then so I really like the Cell deck, and I really like 16, even though it's a blue deck, whatever. So we're getting a blue-green deck. We're getting Cell. I think things are getting better for green, but I don't know. I don't know why they're so afraid to like not ban Yellow Cooler and let Trunks be good and let Sin and Gogeta do all this shit for fucking a whole year. And then not give green shit. So, but that's it. I'm sorry. I took up the time with these cards. You
also brought up Cell again, and I would just like to actually mention one thing. In my opinion, the reason why Kamehameha Origins, the Roshi, hasn't come back yet is because it loops Dormant. That deck isn't even allowed to play.
Dormant sucks. Like what? Yeah, don't negate my 30k triple strike coming at you, and then let me swing again, and then go ahead and neg 2. Dormant has not been good in like 4 sets. Like
every time,
but whatever. Yeah, go ahead and tap 1. To like remain at hand size, like
I hate Frank. He's the worst player here, but I agree with him.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like-
every time I play in a green, I'm like, I'm going to play my big guy. And then I'm like, gonna swing my big guy first. Because I know they have to look me in the eye and say, I'm going to negate, dormant you, but you can have the swing still. You can have your 35k
Yeah.
double strike go through. And it's like, bro.
Or
that's
they
so
play,
bad.
or you force them to play the better negate, which is the fucking the clone negate, and then you just like neg it or like rest it or some shit. Like you just, it's such, I don't know. Green needs this shit. Like, but okay, I agree. I know we're talking about other cards. I'm sorry. I just think we should bring these back and rerouter them for green leaders only until green is good. And I don't know. But again, but I don't think it's that deep because I do like Cell so far. I haven't played it. We haven't seen the rest of the deck. We're filming this, so we don't know. But I mean, we have tested 16, and we love that deck. So I think green is in a good direction right now. But I just wanted to say that. But next card coming out, you guys think they should bring back Piccolo 2-drop? I think there's good reason to bring it back and like good reason not to. But so I'm indifferent. So whoever feels strongly about this, speak up.
I personally think I'll let Diego talk first.
So I joined in again pretty early into the game, or pretty late into the game with Ultimate Squad, and going into set 18 when SS4 was being revealed, we talked about this unison and just splashing it in, regardless of us having the 4 Gogeta. And I've always looked at the unison and said, it does look really good. And in today's meta, especially when we already have such a strong unison like Power's Connection, the Gogeta, I think this card can come back. And another argument for it is that there's a lot of decks that are just playing 20Ks now. And maybe some 15Ks like Gamma has barrier.
Well, but the thing,
a lot of the swings that you're gonna have on board, and a lot of the cards you're gonna have on board are gonna be 20Ks or maybe that extra 1K.
So Diego,
but
again,
yeah.
you said, sorry to interrupt, Frank, but you said you came in after this card. This card wasn't meant for that. Majority what it did is when they went to token negate, you could kill the token. Or when they went to counter anything, like if they countered with riposte, you pop the riposte. Like you pop anything.
Yeah.
That was the issue.
Right.
Now,
It's not.
my thing with the card is that it's a 2-cost unison. It can get black smoked. It can get hit by the new baby card that just came out. It gets Beast Gohan SCR. It gets 21 SCR. It gets hit by the Gohan SGR in green. There's so many cards nowadays, and even Sin will just swing and neg it. Like there's so many cards nowadays that can just delete this card off of the board that I feel it can come back to 4, personally.
One thing about this game and about ban lists is not so much could it come back, could it not come back. It's also like fun to see a new age of cards become staples. And like I want to see the new blue baby SR come out here and fuck unisons up. I want to see like a bad player bring Oob and get bodied. Like I want to see new bad decks. I want to see new good decks. I want to see Cell, the Cell deck. Like I don't so much. Sometimes it's exciting to bring old cards back. Sometimes it isn't. For whatever reason, it's exciting for me to see like Bardock come back and not Piccolo. So I can't put a feeling on it or explain it, but what the makers of this game want to do is promote the new cards. And you see that a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! This game isn't as like strict about that as because Yu-Gi-Oh! Will like ban old SRs just to sell the new ones. But like I don't think this game does that as much. But it has to be their goal at some level. So whether I can or cannot, I do wonder if they even would. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so I don't have an opinion on this one. I do like this card a lot, but it is only a +1. There's so much. I mean, like this card, it doesn't pop the card that's being countered even. So like I remember when I was playing King Vegeta, I would like neg an SR or something crazy. And it only takes like a few times to neg something for them to like negate. I'm like, okay, that 30K on board, now that it's a 10K, okay, pop it. You know what I mean? Like, so Piccolo had a lot of unexpected great abilities. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. That's up to, I don't know. I'm indifferent on this one. I think the last card here we have is Yamcha. Merciless Barrage. Now that like the unisons are taking such a hit with like so much unison hate, I guess. It all started with Shenron, I think. being able to just melt unisons. Then Baby got hit. Boo got hit. So we're actually taking a hit on unison counterplays. Godseal's gone. So do you guys think this should come back at 4 of?
And it's crazy because this card's so good, and it's the third worst unison counterplay.
Yeah, I know.
The fact this guy hit before Charismatic and Godseal. Let that sink in, bro.
Yeah, but the evolution ruling on this card was really cool. I mean, cool for me because I'm red.
Cool,
but
cool, yeah.
It's really cool for me. I loved it. But also, if you're playing a fun deck, that's like, I play my 1-drop, and then I evolve to 15k, and then if I evolve into the TP 15k, I can play my SR. Like, if you're playing one of those decks, a card like this is like fucking stupid. And I think that after like those 5 sets, we realized how good Yamcha was. So I don't know. I think as much as you're saying it's the third worst one, I think it cleaned up really well. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Just real quick, Alex. So like you said with Bandai, at some point they got to try to get rid of the old stuff to bring in the new. It was very clear why they had done that with Yamcha. They limited it to 1 because now we had Vegito coming in with it needing to evolve over these 2 Saiyans, and Yamcha says, "Okay, kill the 2 Saiyans under it so you can't evolve into Vegito."
Yeah.
So Yamcha
so funny.
is, I think, a prime example of something of pushing the new. Out with the old and with the new. Argument you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing with the card is it could stay at 1. I wouldn't give a shit. I'm fine with this staying at 1. But it could also go to 4 just because the reason why it was put to 1 is because they wanted to tiptoe around Gogeta and Sin. They didn't want to hit those decks directly immediately. So they hit cards around it. They hit I think that was the time New Ruler got hit. This card got hit. And there was another red card that got hit, if I'm not mistaken. But it was they tiptoed around it, and if they were tiptoeing around it and then Sin and Gogeta go, then this card could possibly come back, just because the decks why this was gone are now gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the official Vegeta Saiyan Army stand from every member of Vegeta Saiyan Army is don't ban Cooler, don't touch Yellow Trunks, bring back Bardock the Progenitor, hit blue, hit red, hit green a little more, and just don't reveal any black cards. Forget about green as a color, and just give the black Zeno leader a TP here and there to shut black players up. I mean, people that play black, as I didn't mean it like that, and that's it. And make yellow better. Dog, it's getting to the point where my yellow deck is I don't have enough room for this Frieza SR to go. I literally...
Oh, no. Yeah. I make that thing all the time because I'm man, there's so many good yellow cards. I look at Bardock, Father-Son Bonds, or whatever it is, the one that's rest a card on your opponent's board and play it, and I'm just man, this card's great. I don't have space. I'm just not going to play it.
Yeah.
Yellow has too many other cards.
No, I love it. So, if you guys are watching, what do you guys think? Do you guys want all these motherfuckers banned? Do you think we're bugging out? I don't think anyone here is saying we should get all these banned or brought back. I think we're just voicing our opinion on some of these. I don't know.
You sound very passionate about the green ones.
Oh no, yeah, but that's not all of them. I fucking do, dude. I'm fucking pissed. They need to do something green.
The one thing we can all agree on: ban Gogeta 8. I'm an SSR player.
Yeah.
That shit needs
Hell
gone.
yeah. Hell yeah. And boys, shout out to the next Banlist video where Alex talks about why Black Smoke should be hit.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right, so yeah, go to the comment section. Let us know what you think should get banned. If you think anything should get brought back. If you think nothing should be hit, it's all good. I'll see y'all next time.